Good afternoon. Welcome to today's webinar event. My name is Joshua and I'm going to be your presenter for the day today. We're going to be here till about 20 minutes after 2 Eastern Time. I'm looking like my computer clock might be a little bit behind here. I believe we're getting started on time here. Might be a couple minutes early, but we're going to be talking about a couple of things before we get started on the topic at hand. Well, we're here to talk about the primary topic of membership transfers. We're going to talk until no later, or work until 2:20, no later than 20 minutes after the hour. Again, this is not a terribly complicated or difficult topic. It probably won't even last the full 20 minutes, just an FYI for you. If you have any questions for me, please type those in the questions portion of the webinar control panel. I will do my best to keep an eye on those and try to see what I can't do to answer those during the webinar event, but if nothing else, if I'm unable to get to it during the event, stick around. I'll certainly be happy to do what I can to answer that after we've talked about the topic. The workbook pages that we're talking about here are in Membership 101, right near at the very end of that. I think they're like pages 32 to 34, talking about transfers. If you've never used or looked at one of the Church Windows training workbooks, you might want to do so. You can purchase those at our shop online, churchwindows.com. If you've seen what you came to see, of course, during the webinar event, please use the exit leave webinar option or just close out of it and it'll exit out of the webinar for you. Also, if you've never attended a webinar and you've got a single monitor set up, be sure to click that little red arrow at the top of the sidebar. It allows you to minimize the control bar, get that out of the way and get a full visual effect. And finally, a recording of this particular webinar event will be listed on our YouTube channel by no later than 5 p.m. this coming Friday. We're really trying to do much better about getting these recordings up and available on our website or up on the YouTube channel. So please keep an eye out for that. All right. So just first of all, our version of Church Windows we're working with is right here, 1916. Hopefully everybody should be able to see that, my arrow here. If you don't have that version and you're on support with us, we would have sent it via an email link to you. If you don't have that or you didn't receive it, please call us. We're certainly happy to get another link sent out for you. But that's the version we're working with. Honestly, this feature hasn't changed at all in any version, and it isn't in this one, is no different in this one than it was, 5 versions ago. It may in the next version of Church Windows, but we're still working on that at this point. All right, so individuals or families can be transferred back and forth between the members and visitors files pretty much at will. And so what that means is that if, a common example of where transfers are important and necessary is when, say, we have a church or a family that has been a visitor family to our church up until this point. They've been attending but haven't decided to join, and now they have. We can simply transfer their existing visitor record over to our members database, and we're doing one of two things. We are just maintaining the history that they had when they were visitors at our church. Also, we're not duplicating the records by having one in visitors that we then have to terminate. We don't have to deal with any moving or transferring of any donations. All of the giving follows right along with that. And again, so we're not dealing with duplicate records and basically creating a whole lot of unnecessary work for ourselves. Okay? But literally, you can transfer people from members to visitors or visitors to members at will. So let's show you an example of simply transferring records from visitors to members. It's the same function in either database. So let's say we've got a family here. In this case, let's try to find maybe a little. Do we have anybody larger here? Guess not. I'm wondering. Oh, there we go. So we've got the Gondeks here. They're decided to join our church. We don't want to have to re-enter them, so we're simply going to transfer them from the visitors database over to members. So we simply go up to our options menu in the upper left corner. Hopefully everybody should be able to see that. And then notice right down here at the bottom of our list, we've got our two options, transfer individual or transfer to member file. So we're going to choose transfer to member file. And then what that does is it opens up the transfer to member file, and there are two radio buttons here in the upper left. So let me kind of steer some focus. Transfer family and all individuals to the member file, or do we want to transfer only selected individuals to the member file? So in this case, we're just going to transfer the whole family, or the couple as it were. So we're just going to choose transfer family and all individuals, and we simply click OK. And it says transfer completed successfully. It is that easy, folks, to transfer an entire family and all individuals from one database to the other. So now when we go up to membership and members, and we jump over to our first, but if we right click over our next button here, it takes us to our most recently added household to our membership database, members database. And right up here we see Mr. and Mrs. William Gondek with both of their individual records listed down the left-hand side. All of their information, of their personal information, attendance and giving and everything else is followed right along with that. Okay? That's how easy it is to transfer a family, again, assuming no in-data changes. Yeah, I could still go in here and change address information or something if I wish. Okay? But it's that easy. The other option we have, of course, is if we go up to membership and say visitors, and let's see if we can find somebody here. Yeah, we're going to say we want to transfer Wendy over to our membership database. Well, yeah, transfer only certain individuals. We can go right up here again to options, transfer to member file. Same window opens, except this time we're going to change it down to the radio button below that says transfer only select individuals to member file. Here I then still have to choose the name of the person I'm transferring. So I have then to the right of that two separate options, one for transferring them to an existing family, but it defaults to creating a new family, and then allows me to either enter new family information, basically a new address if I wish, or do I want to paste the current family information? So I have pretty much full control here as to what I decide to do. Okay? If I choose existing family, then I have to click over here to the down arrow, and then I have to choose the family and members that I'm transferring them into. Or if I choose new family, basically creating a new family record, and it will allow me to enter new mailing label information with address information if I wish. Or I can simply choose paste current family information and then just simply call this one Wendy McIntyre taking off Joan. Okay? And then again I simply click OK. Transfer completed successfully. Okay? You really do have full control here over how these transfers occur and who. Now, yeah, again, in this case, yeah, I would still have to come over here into my remaining household and visitors and perhaps make some changes there if necessary. Okay? So that doesn't mean there's still not work to be done, but the transferring of the data in itself with the giving and attendance and everything else is this easy. Okay? Another feature that we have here, and we're going to go back over to members this time. So that's how you, again, if I go, oh, well, the church has decided later we don't want to transfer Wendy out of her household, I can simply go right back up here to options, transfer to visitor file, and move her right on back, choosing transfer to an existing family. And here I can find, the household that I'm moving her into. And there's Joan's household, and click OK, and I can transfer her right back. I have to choose the individual first, and then click OK. And there we go. It's that easy. There are no more individuals in the family. Wendy McIntyre, delete family. Yes. So now my household and membership that was created is gone, and I've moved them right back over to visitors. That easy. The final thing here that we really talk about is sometimes it occurs a lot that, say we've got two people in the same database. There are two examples here. We have, like, a common example would be a grown child who is now moving out of their household from their parents, and we're needing to put them into their own household. So yeah, here we go. We've got Jody Parrish here. She's 23. She's ready to move out of her household from her mom and dad. So we simply, again, find the record and go up to options in the upper left. Go this time, instead of choosing transfer to visitor file, she isn't leaving the church. She's just now branching out on her own. And we're going to choose transfer individual. Again, a young adult moves out on their own. So now we're going to choose new family, paste current family information, and we'll go, no, we're going to choose enter new family information, and we're going to type in Ms. Jody Parrish. And I can't even just leave it as that. I mean, I can always go back into her record and just enter the household information. Maybe she hasn't given that to us yet, and we click OK. And it says transfer completed successfully. So Alan and Jane remain in the original household, and Jody's household now shows up with all of her individual information following right along. I can come right in here and enter her address information or what have you when I have it, as needed. Okay? Another example of a similar use of our transfer individual within the same database is when, say, we've got two people who are, say, getting married. Okay? So in that case, again, we would go up to our find the record that we were wanting to move, and we would say, okay, Penelope is getting married to Ron here, so we would go back to Penelope's record and find her, click Options, Transfer Individual, choose Existing Family, and from here, oh, I'm sorry, folks, I forgot the name of what we were doing. Turner, that's it. That's what we were. I missed that. Choose Transfer Individual, Existing Family. Let me see if I can type this in here. Nope. So we're going to go, this does its best to sort them alphabetically, so we should be able to come down here to the T's pretty quickly. Well, it should be in here somewhere. Let's make sure we're not missing something. Household number 40. No, it's definitely Ron Turner for sure. So we'll do transfer individual, existing household. Yeah, we can click on and we can sort these here if I'm not mistaken. No, we can't. So we're looking for household number 40 here. There it is, Ron Turner. Click OK, and again, transfer completed successfully. We should get the same message we got before about there are no more individuals in the family Penelope Ellison. Delete family. We click yes. Now, when we go next and forward into Ron's household, we notice Penelope's individual information is in there. We can make changes to this household and to these individual records as needed. Okay? That is it, folks. Really, there isn't too terribly. It isn't a complicated topic. It's not. We're not even going to go 15 minutes here. But that's it. That's how easy it is to transfer them. Again, and if you make a mistake, you can just transfer somebody back out. You know, the most of the pertinent information is linked to the individual information, not to the household. So these can occur pretty much at will. All right. So I'm done with what I'm talking about here. It's about 1:15 now. Let me see what questions we've got over here. What if you transferred an individual and they are in donations as gives with family? That's a good question. I know that if you transfer somebody out, Sandy, it disables the it gives with family function for the family that you're transferring, the person you're transferring out of the household. I still think you have to go into the donations here and, either, click the giver number tab and then check the gives with family button here for them. I don't know let's see what Ron's, if we can find some information. Whoops, there's an error. That wasn't good. Let's go back in here. And let's take a look and see what Ron's got. So no giving. Yeah, so no, I still can go into the individual record and check them as gives with family, but I will need to do that. I mean, because the system doesn't presume that because everybody else is. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that that's the case, is in the case of transfers, even if there are other family members, because it's possible that the person you're transferring in is giving separately. So I still think you have to go over and check that, or go up to the giver number and check the gives with family, so we're instructing the system that they give together. Do the training workbooks come with a subscription? That's a good question, Becky. No, with the updates and support for the program, you get the updates and support, or the program updates with unlimited calling and emailing. But the training workbooks would be separate from that. Good question. Yeah, they're as a PDF file. I think they're only like $12 each, honestly. And you just download the PDF file and you print it if you need it, or just open the PDF file. Very affordable. We have had a problem with duplicating a donation when we transfer visitor to membership. Okay. Well, Mona, I'm not sure about that. I've not heard of that being a problem in the Church Windows software. Again, the giving, when we transfer somebody from members to visitors or visitors to members, giving follows right along with that. So I'm unaware of anything that Church Windows would be doing to duplicate donations. But if you have questions about that, that sounds like that would require a support call to us to see what we can do to help out procedurally for you. All right, I'm not seeing any other questions coming in. Perhaps folks are typing those. All right, I'm not seeing anything coming in. Looks like we've had most of the folks leave the webinar event already. Again, this will be a recording of this event will be on our website by no later than this coming Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope it's been helpful. Please visit the Church Windows website for the current list of webinar events that we have scheduled for October, and we hope to see you there. All right. Thank you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.